I had more fun then. I mean, I have a ball now, but I had a ball back then because it was fun and dangerous.
And dangerous. I knew you was gonna say that.
So it was exciting.
I swear to God. I swear to my phone. He's gonna say that. I'm gonna say he gonna say it's fun and dangerous. That's just some shit from the hood.
Yeah,
we like that.
Yeah. You know, the anticipation of knowing, like, damn, we may bump heads over here. Hey, okay, shit, it's on.
Right.
You know, let's go.
Which you did bump heads over there.
All the time.
I'd seen I don't know if it was a interview you did. Nah, something about you with Suge, right? That you had to get out of the studio.
Because he was the only one.
I went to it was a session. I went to go see Snoop and everybody. You know, I hadn't seen everybody in a minute, so I went up there. And it was a studio session. Everybody in that partying, everybody doing Tupac and everybody, all of us. No, Tupac wasn't in there. It was the Dog Pound, Snoop, everybody, all our whole.
But this is the Pac era of Death Row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And you knew Dog Pound back then? Because that was.
I've known him all my life.
Okay.
Shit. I'll get into
Let's
that.
get into it. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'm excited. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They came through the funk. The Dog Pound came through the funk.
Okay.
Me.
The funk. That's right.
Yes, indeed. So we was in the studio. I mean, we bumped heads a couple times. You know, I ain't like into bashing them, and I won't bash him or nothing like that, because I've known them niggas since shit. When I was about 15 years old, the first time I met him, I went to a Wet and Wild party.
Talking about Suge.
With Dre now. Way back to Easy and Dre.
Like he was a bodyguard, right?
They called him Marianne back then?
No, they called him Suge back then. Yes,
but he was a bodyguard at first, right?
Yeah,
and then he started managing.
He was around Bobby Brown and Easy, hanging around Easy and them, and you know, just cool nigga.
Right.
But, you know, now it was a situation that happened where, you know, I came in the studio. You know, everybody's in there. You know, I was cracking on Def Jam. Everything was popping. So, you know, I'm thinking all this shit is all good. So one of my guys come in that I knew that was part of his team was like, Warren, Suge want to holler at you. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm coming in there. I'm just right here talking to all my guys. So we talking, he come in again like, Warren, Suge wants you. I'm like, okay, I'm coming. Let me talk to my guys. Right. And then so he came in there and was like, Warren, man, let me holler at you, man. And I was like, shit, let me see what the this nigga wants, man. God damn. So I went in there, walked in, went in the room, and once, you know, when we got in there, the door shut. You know, another door came up from this side. Right? Yeah, another door came over from this side, and then it was a dude I knew came out, was just like, Blood, you tried to set me up. So I'm like, huh? What the look like trying to set you up? This is my nigga too. Like, this was my guy. We used to drink, smoke together, all kind of shit from the beginning. Like, yeah, some just told me that. When he said some I said, oh, this nigga, this some bullshit. Yeah. Because I don't even get down like that. Right. So, you know, so he woofing, so they, you know, going at, he talking to Suge, and Suge like, Blood, Warren, you, this is us. So I'm like, nah. So I'm just chilling. So he like walk up on me like he tripping and just wham, just snatch my shit. Mind you, I had a 40 Glock on my hip. I could have pulled that out and started busting. But I said, you know what? I'm like, shit, I can't. This gonna be the end of my shit. Right. Like, I'm gonna be done. All this shit gonna be done. Because they gonna be shot. I'm gonna be shot coming out. Because you got a gang of motherfuckers on the outside. Like, banged out motherfuckers. You got police, the whole nine. So it was a no-win situation. So one of my homeboys, Big C Style, he came in like, what's up? Like, what's going on? What's happening with Warren? Why y'all with Warren? You know? So they like, they talking. So while they talking, I hit that door now. Boop. And I eased out that motherfucker. I walked through the kitchen, and I seen one of my homeboys, two of my guys, I looked at them like, nigga, these niggas tripping. I didn't want to alarm nobody, so I got to the hallway. And I ran out, not ran, but I walked out the hallway. So as I'm going down the hallway, he came storming out that mother. Get get that nigga blood? As soon as he said that shit, I took over. I was playing.
Well, who said get that nigga? Okay.
Oh, it was Suge.
They niggas started running. All you seen was just like some dominoes, just pop. They fell.
All right.
So I got a chance to get out there. I jumped in my truck. I had a big ass, I think it was a Denali truck or some big black on big old knobbies. So I got in my goddamn truck. I backed that. I was like, nigga, fuck y'all. Whoop, took off. Right. And the whole thing about that is that I didn't know Dre had left.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So
the news wasn't out.
So I didn't know, but that shit happened to me in there. But then I called my uncle. I said, Ron, some just snatched my chain. I was mad as a mother. I was like, he was like, give me somebody's number, Warren. So gave him. He called Snoop, and who was that you called, Ron? And he told him straight up. He said, "Look, if my nephew chain don't come out that mother, I'm gonna pull that up." He's a special type of guy.
Yeah, different. I can tell.
Like it's different. Like I'm talking Navy SEAL type. Well, let me quick, cause I don't want to get you in trouble. And Snoop called me like, G-Dub, come get your chain, man. I said, hell no, nigga, I ain't going back up there to get that chain. Nigga, keep that hold it, and when I see you, I'll get it. Right. But the whole time I didn't know Dre left. I wish he would have called me like, niggas, don't go around that shit. Them niggas is tripping.
Right.
You know, but some of his homeboys had always used to tell me like, Warren, they own something else. You know, just kind of stay out the way.
So let me ask you, because to me, you was an insider. That was like an outsider because you wasn't signed to Death Row technically.
Right.
At one point, again, I'm an outsider. I'm looking, but this Death Row looked like the funnest place in America.
Oh, it was off the chain.
Like it went from it being like Queensbridge. I'm from Left Rack City, but Queensbridge is not too far away, right? Queensbridge is a wild ass neighborhood. But let me just tell you something. It's the funnest time of my whole life. It's a dangerous ass, but it's fun as. Yeah. So me looking from the outside in, I would look at Death Row and be like, this is like a fun ass. These guys got perms. These guys is good Cadillacs.
No, we had a ball.
You know, then, at what point did it go from stop being fun? Was it the gang thing?
I think once the money started rolling in, you know, that's when everything kind of like started to change a little bit.
Sorry,
but wait, they didn't want to sign you at Death Row?
Shit, I didn't get signed to them. So, you know, I don't know what.
Could there have been a thing that because you were at Def Jam that they were like, well, you should have been over here? Like, could that have ever been a thing?
After I got.
After it popped off.
You know, after wasn't with me, I was like, shit, let me get out and do my mother thing, you know, because it just, you know, it wasn't right, you know, but like I said, we had a ball. Don't get me wrong, I had fun with Suge. You know, we had a lot of fun. We just bumped heads a few times that wasn't cool. You know, another incident was where, when we was young in the game, at the Solar Studio, and they pulled out the contracts. And I was just like, myself, I'm like, shit, you can't just sign this shit.
In the studio?
In the studio. I said, you can't
y'all just vibing, and Suge just comes and brings out the cards?
Well, we had been doing our thing, so it was time for...
Is he working on the Chronic, or no?
Huh?
Are we working on the Chronic?
Was we doing the Chronic? I think we was doing the Chronic then. Okay. So, I told Snoop, I was like, shit, don't sign that shit. You know, don't sign that contract, get a lawyer.
Oh.
You know, and one of my constituents went in there and told him that I told him not to sign it. So when he heard that shit, here you go again.
That's the story.
Hey, blood, what?
Yeah.
And then he came and he grabbed me and slammed me up against the wall. And he was just like, blood, you told them not to sign that contract? And I was like, man, you better get your hands off me. Wow. He'll tell you. I said, get your hands off me. I'm going to call all my homeboys. Because back then, I didn't care. Shit. Right. And I had one of my little buddies with me named Cisco. Cisco was a gunner.
Right.
But he didn't have no gun on him. But I wouldn't have wanted him to shoot him or nothing like that or do anything like that. Because I wasn't, I'm not going to let him shoot him. But he was that hot-headed. But he couldn't do shit. This motherfucker is big. Right. And so I thought I was getting away. I went to hit the elevator, thought I was getting away, but I couldn't do it. He snatched my ass. We bumped heads a couple times. So, that's probably what led up to me not being a part of the whole thing, because when it was time to go on tour, everybody was straight, had their tickets. I'm charged up. I had luggage and shit ready to go. I'm like, shit, I'm going with y'all. And I didn't have shit. I didn't have nothing at the airport. It was like, you not going, you ain't going. So I was like,
because you wasn't going because you was affiliated with Def Jam, or you?
It was like, nigga, you not going. Like,
wow.
Even though I'm down, I've been fighting with these niggas. We done had fun together. All that's like, nigga, you not going. I'm like, oh, wow. You know who and who gave me a ride back? Gave me a ride home. After that was remember Breeze?
Mm-hmm. MC Breeze?
MC Breeze.
Yeah.
MC Breeze gave me a ride. Him and my homegirl Samara, they gave me a ride home from the airport that day.
Samara?
No, this was my homegirl, Samara. Okay. And from that day.
So you was stranded on the road and they gave you a ride back home?
I didn't have no way to get home, but she was up there.
Yeah.
She was up there because I think Breeze was going to sign with Death Row.
Mm.
But so I asked him, that was my homegirl. She used to hang around us all the time. So, I asked her for a ride, so jumped in the car with them. And from that point on, I just said, this ain't gonna work, Then I asked Dre, I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's up, man? He was like, you got to be your own man. You just got to do your own thing. So I was just like, up. Like, I ain't with Snoop, I ain't with Dre, I ain't with Daz, Corrupt, none of my homeboys. They all out having fun doing this and doing that. And I had to go back to my sister's floor. I had my crate of records, the same crate that we was using on the Chronic. I had my crate of records, I had my mixer and my turntable, my MPC 60 drum machine, which I still got all that shit to this day. And just started doing my thing, man.